Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 185 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
This week we are talking about how we are celebrities. Or something like that.
On the edge.
We are celebrities on the edge.
You went to Living on the Edge.
Yes.
I went to Edge of Glory. So, Aerosmith versus Lady Gaga, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I'm old.
I am a year younger than you, but
Like I said, I'm old.
okay, I am too.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, we just got back literally yesterday as we were sitting here recording this from an Alaskan cruise on the Celebrity Edge. This was an amazing week. We had a 7-night sailing out of Seattle. It was the first time that we took a family vacation and didn't have to fly anywhere. It was great.
Or take a train somewhere, because we've done Vancouver, but we had to take a train up there. We didn't fly.
True, very true. And we didn't go to Alaska when we sailed out of Vancouver. We sailed south. So
Yes.
anyway.
This was nice.
This was pretty darn fantastic.
Leave the house at, what did we leave at, 9?
I think we
in the
left
morning?
like 9:30 or
Got
something like that.
Starbucks on the way.
Yeah.
Just went to downtown Seattle, got on the ship, and poof, we were right there.
It was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
It was like a 45-minute drive to the port. We didn't have a parking reservation. Oops.
Didn't know we needed one.
Didn't know we needed one.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So, yeah, if you were sailing out of Seattle, just make sure you have a reservation. We were able to do it there, but it's fine. It all worked out.
There are 2 different piers to go out of if you are on a cruise ship, depending upon what line you are on.
Yes, exactly. 2 piers. There's one that is smack downtown. I think that is 61 or 64 or 60 something or other. And we were in 91, which is the old Navy pier. And
Not the store Old Navy.
True. Very true. This is the old Navy pier.
Prior Navy pier.
Yeah, exactly. The only knock I will give on Pier 91 is that typically during the summer, they will have 2 ships in on the same time. And it's not a huge problem for embarkation. It is a little bit of fun as you're trying to get out of debarkation and go through customs, because both ships' lines just merge into this massive humanity, and it's a wee bit insane. But we'll get to that here in a little bit.
I should note, for parking, even if you do not have a reservation,
Yes.
although it is recommended, you can still get a parking spot. You just have to scan a QR code when you pull up and type everything in and pay.
Correct. And it's expensive. It's about twice as expensive as what parking was for us at either Fort Lauderdale or Port Canaveral, which we've done. So just know that it ain't cheap. Had I known it was that expensive, I might have hired a town car, because it would have been actually probably cheaper for us to do that.
How much was it for a week long?
I think it was $375.
Okay. Yes, that is quite expensive.
Yes.
I thought it was $175. I didn't realize there was the 3 in the front. Okay.
I did too going into it. I was expecting it to be under $200. It was not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got through check-in. We were sailing in the Retreat, which is the Celebrity Cruises equivalent of the Disney Cruise Line Concierge. I don't know if I mentioned yet, this is our first time on Celebrity Cruises.
Yes.
We cheated on the mouse. We did not sail with Disney. It was a learning experience, and I actually think it went pretty darn well.
Yeah.
So we had a dedicated check-in line for the Retreat, which was very nice, very similar to Sailing Concierge on Disney. We were able to bypass, for the large part, pretty much all of the waiting. Getting onto the ship was a very different experience, however. We got off the gangway, and I said in my brain, like, please welcome the Novak family.
Yeah.
And I had lots of cheering. That did not happen in real life.
Nope. And we did not know where to go. I mean,
No.
we knew when we got on, we needed to check into our muster station and just get all that over and done with.
Right.
We did not know where to go. And the signs weren't extremely helpful.
Right.
And it just kind of, when you get onto the ship, it just kind of pushes you out into a random hallway.
Right. You're basically next to a store in the mall.
Yeah. And that's where everybody is coming in.
Yeah.
And I did miss having a huge open area that you go into that kind of,
8 people.
8 people. Yeah. And this was just a big, huge blob of folks wandering, meandering, standing, not moving. And
Yes.
it was difficult to get around and get through.
What they could have used there was a giant poster that said, here are the muster stations and where you need to go.
Yeah.
That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
That was lacking.
Yeah. So we just found a crew member and said, hey, we're looking for C1 or whatever. Ours,
Yeah.
I think it was C1.
2? Whatever.
Yeah. And there's like, oh, it's down a floor, right where we are, but down a floor. So yeah, we did it. We checked in nice and easy.
Yeah.
I do wish that the cruise line we go on the most, Disney, would adopt something like this, because having to stand through the muster drill stuff on Disney, I do not like.
No. Having to have everybody at the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just the worst.
They have to have a reason that they do it, because they stopped it during the Panini times.
Right. And they were doing what everybody else is still doing.
Yeah. And then they
So,
went back to it. So who knows?
It's not like they can't do it. They have actively chosen not to do it.
Yep.
And boo.
Yeah. Muster check-in was easy. As a perk of being in the concierge retreat suites, our rooms were ready right away.
Yeah. It was pretty great. So we just headed over to our room. We were in 9200 on the Celebrity Edge. This is a magic carpet sky suite.
Yep.
And we had an adjoining interior stateroom for the kiddos.
Kind of adjoining.
Light to
didn't-
moderately adjoining.
Yeah, we didn't have a door that opened up into there,
Correct.
but we did have our own little mini hallway
Yes.
that we could have closed off. That would have just been the doors to our rooms if we wanted to.
Which was advertised to us by our travel agent as it would be closed off and our interior doors would be unlocked.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
No.
We'll circle back
Yeah.
to that topic.
Yeah. So we dropped our stuff off, really looked at the room and the storage and everything. It is a great room. We were
Yes.
very happy with
Yes.
what we got. Very nice. Lots of room. The balcony was very nice as well. And this was one of the few rooms that had an actual veranda balcony that you could go out onto. And one of the reasons that we got this room, because the Edge class of ships from Celebrity have something called an infinite balcony.
Veranda. Get it right. It's fancy. It's an infinite veranda.
Is it? Okay. Well,
is.
Whatever. It's basically just a slide down window.
Yeah. That's part of your room,
Yeah.
which I think would work great in Alaska. Because when you slide that down and open, your room doesn't boil.
Yeah.
If you're in the Caribbean and you dump your room of air conditioning, that's going to take a while to dehumidify.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't have that separate space where you have a door and you can go outside and not disturb people. Like, we're not a fan of the infinite veranda. We didn't get one.
But we have not stayed in one, so we don't have firsthand knowledge of the room. We just have secondhand from what we've seen online.
I have no plans to stay in
No,
one.
I don't want to
based
either.
on what I've seen
Yeah,
online,
based on what
and
we've seen.
frankly, taking a peek into a room.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We got our nice room. We took a look around. We dropped our stuff off. And then we wanted to check out the retreat lounge and sun deck and all that stuff. So we started walking around and looking at stuff.
We eventually had lunch at Lumine, which was fantastical.
Lumine is the retreat only food option. Mm-hmm. So
Indeed.
fancy foods.
Food option. It is a restaurant. It is
It's
a
a restaurant.
sit-down
Okay,
restaurant.
sorry. It's a sit-down restaurant available for suite guests,
Yes.
retreat guests, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's great.
was
We ate at the Luminae, or as one of our friends, Rachel, loved to call it Lumiere's.
Lumiere's.
Yeah. But yeah, we ate there several times. And
Yes.
yeah, it was absolutely great. Great service, great food.
It was open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
Yeah. We did discover that there was a little bit of a snafu with our kiddos, in that while they were
our
supposed to
reservations.
have retreat access,
Yeah.
they did not.
Yeah.
We were able to effectively get this worked out after our one of our retreat hosts, Connor, was able to help us, and his management team was able to grace us and grace the kids with access into the lounge and things like that on their cards. We did still need to do some other things and get them a drink package and some Wi-Fi and things like that we needed to pay out of pocket that should have been included. Yeah, I'm not super thrilled with that, and I will just be very clear here and say my frustrations have nothing to do with Celebrity Cruise Line at all. They are with the travel agency that we ended up booking this through, and we will not be using them ever again.
And they have not responded to my emails.
No, but
At
we
all.
did get an automated email from
Yeah.
them asking
Yeah.
for feedback.
Yep.
So, yeah.
After lunch, we went back up to the room to unpack and met our butler. Yes, I said butler. We had a butler. He's very friendly, and we let him know about our little snag that we had with regards to the kids not having access to the retreat. And he
Yes.
said he'd check on it as well. Butler does, I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff if you want.
Yeah, basically, he takes care of any special requests you have for the room, especially food and beverage will keep your room stocked, although it's very confusing on Celebrity. Depending on the room that you get, you have lots of different options for butler service. From they make sure you have what you need on the first day, and then that's it, to you can go to town on your mini bar and they will keep it coming and restocking that every day. It is a wide range of opportunity, we'll just say, depending on the level of room you have.
We are not needy folks. We don't usually utilize the concierge or butlers or whatnot to the extent that they are available. Occasionally we'll ask for some little things here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I will say it was helpful. They are available via WhatsApp. And so a couple times we needed something and was able to ping Michael on WhatsApp and get that stuff done. So it was super helpful having that. I actually would love to see DCL do something like that.
Yeah.
But alas, they have not, at least not as of yet. So we'll see how that all goes. Our bags were available right after lunch. I stayed behind to unpack. And which is one of the things I thought the butler was going to do. Again, this is where it gets very confusing in terms of the room. Like, I think they could unpack you and pack you up at the end of the cruise if you ask for it. We didn't ask for it. If it was going to be offered, I was going to say yes. It wasn't. I didn't push.
Yeah.
It's all very confusing.
And it's not something we have to have them do. So
Right, exactly. So we took care of it.
It was nice. We knew where everything was because we unpacked it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was it was. I think unpacking I'd rather do, but packing everything up, like, I don't know. It's not too much work. Whatever. Anyhow, moving on.
Sterling, Caitlin, and I headed down to the basement on deck 2 to check things out. The basement is the teen club on the Celebrity Edge. Probably all the Celebrity ships call it the basement, I'm guessing. And yeah, we just looked at the space. It's kind of small. They notated some of the activities that were available for the kids. We did note that there are a couple of times every day that the basement is closed. So 12 to 2 and 5 to 7. There's no programming happening at all.
And it's not even open for them to go hang
It's
out
not
in.
even open for them to go in.
And it doesn't open until 10.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't-
it's
yeah.
interesting.
I mean, this ship is not specifically geared towards families.
Yes.
So and we could tell
Yeah.
there was I think a very small amount of children and teens on board.
Yeah.
And Sterling found that out when they tried to go and make friends at the introductory thing. I don't know if there was a lot of kids his age. There was a lot of maybe older teens or mid-teens. And although he does make friends really easily, there wasn't anyone, I guess, that they really meshed with this time. So it wasn't a great cruise for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, not like some of our Disney ones where he's
He
off
always
and running.
finds somebody. Yeah.
That's a bummer. That's
Yep.
a bummer.
Yeah.
But we still had fun. I went off, I unpacked, and then went off and had a massage for 90 minutes. So
Yes.
actually, it was pretty great because at 4:00, in the middle of my massage, of course, the muster drill announcement still happened. So even though you checked into your station, they still do hey, this is the captain. Here's how this works, and here's what the 7 short blasts and 1 long blast of the horn sounds like. And if that happens, go to your muster station and all the rest of that good stuff. I was in the middle of a massage and thinking to myself, suck it, Disney. This is way better than standing out in the hot sun.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay, then.
Yep.
Well, we were still exploring the ship while you were doing that. We went basically up and down all the decks just to check out the spaces and see what there was. Ended up on the deck. I think it was deck 14 or 15 over where the rooftop grill and rooftop garden is, and just kind of chilled there for a little bit. It's quite nice, really pretty area.
Yeah.
Lots of folks out there too.
We visited the Eden Bar and everything with all of our friends. We were sailing with 4 of our good friends from Florida. So Rachel from HR was with us, as was Heather. And then we had Doc and Mare with us as well. So we had 8 people all together when we were all doing the same thing. We had just an absolute blast and just spent a ton of time visiting various locations and just hanging out and being a real big chosen family together. It was pretty great. They had lots of 4th of July decorations up. This was the 4th of July when we got on board. No fireworks.
Nope.
For the 4th, but it's okay. Not everybody's DCL.
Yeah, we didn't pass anywhere that had fireworks going off that I notated anywhere. So.
And then we had dinner at Lumine again that night with everybody. So.
Yeah.
It was a busy day, lots of exploring, lots of trying to get our bearings on a new ship and trying to work out some guest service issues. And we made the best of it.
Yeah. Yeah. The next day was a sea day. And for some reason, we woke up early. It was annoying. I think every day we woke up early.
Every single day, I woke up before 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I just...
We wanted to try out the breakfast buffet. So we did. And that was the one time that we tried it.
Yes. I wrote a note down here. I said, I didn't think anything could be worse than DCL scrambled eggs. I was wrong. It just wasn't good. The waffles were rubbery. The pancakes were hard. The French toast was pretty good.
French toast was fine.
There are, I'm sure, some good buffet breakfast options there, offerings. I didn't find any that day, and then we had lots of other places to go do breakfast. That was the one time we tried it.
Yeah. The captain does his announcement every day at 9:45 in the morning, and something that I actually thought was kind of cool was if a guest had a birthday, he would announce that it was their birthday. Like he just went through and gave first names for those that were celebrating.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the cruise director was on right after that. And so if you're used to on Disney hearing all this stuff happening at noon, it happens at 9:45 a.m.
Yep.
But like Disney, they don't do it into the stateroom. So if you're still sleeping in or sleeping off the night before, you're still good.
Yeah. We had a little slip of paper saying that there's a welcome party for classic members at Eden that morning. That is the loyalty program for Celebrity. And we were able to match loyalty program from our one cruise on Royal Caribbean that we've done. So that gave us just like the lowest tier or the first tier available, whatever.
Right.
So
not much.
No. So I went down and took a look at the welcome party just really quickly. And it was Drinks, music, the captain was there and senior officers were there. And the captain did say that there were 882 Captain Club members on board the ship. So
There you have it.
There you go.
There was a total of 3,125 on board. A little over 300 of those folks were kiddos. So, and there were 176 retreat class rooms on the Edge class ships.
That's a lot.
There is. So we were, I think, 92% occupancy. The total bed count on on Edge class ship is like 3,372 or something like that. I wrote it down, but it's not on my notes right in front of me. So I'm going off the top of my head. It may be 3,375 or something. I apologize for my digression, but anywho.
Looking at our notes here, Nathan, you wrote down something about being on the elevator with Disney fans.
Yeah. So, we're sailing in the North Pacific. It's cooler. I was walking around in shorts because, it's still the summertime and I'm inside. I refuse to acknowledge that it's cold out. But I have a Disney, like a Mickey Mouse hockey jersey. And so I was wearing that. And
your Mickey shoes.
Oh, that's right. My
match.
Mickey Mouse sneakers. Yep. And I got on an elevator and a couple, a husband and wife, looked and they were joking and I could hear him whisper like, man, he's got matching shoes too. That's incredible. And the guy goes like, so where's your hat? And he goes, oh, it's in the stateroom. And they chuckled. And then I was getting off and the wife goes like, I'm not going to lie right now. I'm having a bit of Disney cruise withdrawal. And I just go, yeah, same. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I really loved my experience and our over experience on Celebrity, but there's still something about Disney.
Yeah, and it's
really special.
Extremely familiar to us as well. This is our very first time on Celebrity,
and we had been on the ship all of 24 hours at this point, so we were still trying to get our feet under us and get our bearings. So
yep, we walked through the casino at one point. And Nathan, you have a note on here. Nobody looked happy.
Nobody looked happy. I was just like, why do people do this to themselves? Don't miss that on a Disney ship at all.
We tried.
Doc loves to go play. He plays poker and stuff like that. Actually won a tournament, I think, on the last day that we were on the ship. But it's just not something that appeals to us, which is fine. Each to their own.
Yep. We tried lunch this day at a place called Raw on 5, which is a sushi bar, basically.
Yes.
We were the very first seating, like it was right at noon, and it was such a long wait. Like they seemed like they had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. It was really, really strange. So this was 6 of us, I think. And they just couldn't figure out who would take an order, and then different people had to do drink orders and all the rest. It was weird. It took at least a half hour to even just get an order in.
Yeah.
We didn't have any food or drinks hit the table for an hour.
Yeah.
It was kind of mind-boggling. Now, we did enjoy most of the food. I think
it was very
all of it was
good.
really good. I don't know why it took an hour and 20 minutes for me to get a fish and chips, but whatever. Maybe it's because they had to figure out how to cook something and it's at a sushi bar, but it's fine.
It's on their menu. They did not. No.
No, I know. I'm casting a joke. It was just, yeah. There was a service miss there for sure. And then, of course, Sterling walks in halfway through. I think I had my meal plate in front of me for all of 5 minutes. And he comes in, he goes, "Oh, that looks good. Are you done?" I'm like, Yep, I'm done. Here you go."
That's when you just cut off some of it and give it to him. You don't give him the whole plate.
I did, and then he was still hungry.
Tell him to go get something else.
No.
I had chicken.
It's okay.
Anyway,
it's okay.
Yeah, I had some sushi. It was very good. And I also had chicken. That was cooked. That was not raw. Yeah.
One of the stars of the show, though, I think it was Heather, had these mini filet mignon done on their grill.
The tenderloin medallions. Yeah, those are very good.
Also not raw, but definitely kind of like a medium rare. And
because that's how she ordered it.
Yes, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, those were very good.
Yeah.
Well, Nathan didn't get quite enough to eat because he gave all his meal to Sterling.
Yes. So I went off in search of pizza. Unlike at DCL, where there's a definite, pizza location where you can get on deck food, or on Royal Caribbean, which is what I was kind of expecting, where you have Sorrento's. There is a pizza place, but it is in the buffet. It's at the back of the ship, and there's so much potential, and it's just not great pizza. Like, I had it a few times just to, quality test, but it's just like, it was translucent, like literally, it was just so thin. It didn't have a ton of taste. It was actually, I would say, inconsistent too. Sometimes, like, it was well done. This first time I tried it, I wrote down that, it was oven fired. They have like I don't think it's a wood fired oven, but they have a gas oven that they're cooking with. And there were burn marks on the crust, like you would expect, like not like it's been burned, but grilled or pizza oven. But the dough was underdone. Like, there wasn't much dough, but what there was underdone, and yet still had burn marks on it. It's very confusing.
So I had pizza once during the trip, and it was fine. I mean, I just like plain cheese pizza, and there was a cheese calzone. It was okay. I mean,
the other times I went back, including with you, it was better. But this
Okay.
first one was something was a little off.
Got it.
I would say Sorrento's on Royal Caribbean is definitely better. I would say the pizza on Disney is definitely better. The best pizza at sea, of course, is at Palo, though. So,
Oh, yeah. Well, we went over to the Martini Bar after this just to chill, and musical bingo happened to be going on.
Yes.
And that was a hoot.
That was amazing.
That was a lot of fun.
That was absolutely a ton of fun. The Martini Bar, for those of you who don't know, on the celebrity ships is kind of the central hub of all of the ongoings and activities. So we had a great seat, and the DJ was playing all sorts of different little clips from different songs, and trying to fill up, make an X on your bingo card with the song titles. So we had a great time. That night after dinner, we got back to our room, and I think in the retreat pre-sale questionnaire that gets sent out in the email, I think both Doc and I had said, "Oh yeah, we're celebrating our anniversaries." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sure, whatever. We'll see whatever comes out of that. Both of our rooms were decorated for our anniversary. We had balloons stuck to the ceiling and this big, huge banner. We had a bottle of champagne in there. We had a chocolate cake.
They gave us a cake.
That was not what I was expecting.
No.
Very much appreciated, though. It was awesome.
Yes. We didn't know what to do with the cake, so we brought it to dinner the next evening.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We still had fun.
Yes.
Speaking of the next day, this was on July 6th. We arrived in Ketchikan. This is our first stop there in Alaska. The girls went off, and I did some stretching in the morning at one of the activity classes, or the gym classes. I swore off the gym for this trip. Unfortunately, I didn't make it. We signed up. We originally were going to do a helicopter tour this day. We opted out of that maybe a month or so ago. Yeah. And I'm glad we did, because it was going to get canceled. Like, it was very low and overcast, and there's no way they were flying helicopters that day. But what we did sign up for is this huge, like, excursion that had a UTV tour, which is kind of like these all-wheel drive go-karts. Caitlin got to drive one. I drove Sterling, so Caitlin was driving Alicia around. We went up to this beautiful mountain lake on these backwoods roads and stuff like that. It was so much fun. It was a little drizzly, which was actually kind of nice. It wasn't too wet. Yeah. And it kept the dust down. So we did one of these in Hawaii, and it was just a dust bowl. It was incredibly fun, but it was super dusty.
Fun. So this one was still dusty, but not as dusty.
Well, it was little mud speckles over everything instead of
No, there's still dust flying everywhere too. It just wasn't as bad. Well, no, I had it. It was going all over my phone. Like, I had to put it underneath my coat every once in a while, because I was doing a lot of recording and everything. But I'd have to wipe off my phone. It wasn't mud. It was dust.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But it was so much fun, and I didn't drive at all because I'm the only one who drove in Hawaii.
Yes.
Because Caitlin couldn't, the age was 25 in Hawaii for some reason. I don't know why.
Whatever. And I had just broken my knee.
Yeah.
So.
And it was 18 here. So Caitlin was very excited to be able to drive.
Indeed.
And she had so much fun.
Yes. I had a blast trying to scare Sterling and succeeded several times.
Oh, my goodness.
We had fun.
Yeah.
We were laughing our butts off.
Yeah.
So yeah, we took this UTV tour out to this lake, and then you get back and drop off the UTVs and get on a boat. And we had like a 30-minute boat ride over to this lodge. In the middle of the trip, down this fjord, we saw a bunch of orcas that were out and playing around and doing their thing. And so we stopped and watched that for a little bit. And that was absolutely fantastic. And then we got to, this was on the George Inlet, by the way, where we saw that. And then we got to this place, I forget the name of it off the top.
George Inlet Lodge.
Oh, the George Inlet Lodge. Got it. Aptly named. Where we had a crab lunch and beer flights and all sorts of stuff. It was really good. I would say our main host there at the George Inlet Lodge was a little, we'll just say, eccentric in his customer service qualities. But other than that, we had a grand old time. And then we had a bus ride back to the boat where I felt like I was going to break my back because it was an old school bus. And oh boy, I don't know how I ever survived. I was a lot younger.
Yeah. Yeah. When we got back to the port, Sterling wanted to get back on the ship. So Sterling and I went back to the ship, and I went to the balcony and was reading for a while. And I think Nathan, you and Caitlin and Rachel, I don't know who was there.
The four of us. It was me, Rachel, Heather, and Caitlin.
Okay.
Went to go hang out at, I don't remember where we went to, some pub or something like that somewhere. Caitlin obviously was not drinking, but we got to hang out in a little bar and have a beer or two. And hang out some of the local flair. We'll just call it in a dive bar there in Ketchikan. As you do.
Yeah, and I'm reading on the balcony, and all of a sudden I hear, Alicia. And I knew it was Rachel right away. I could, And I get up and I look, and they are on a pier, boardwalk area across from me, and just waving and jumping up and down and having a grand old time.
We were having a grand old time. Yeah. So we tried one of the other specialty restaurants that has, I guess we'll call it exclusive access for dinner that night, called Blue. This is a restaurant that is primarily meant for folks in aqua class, which is meant as a healthier cruise option where you get a nice room and you have access to the spa and all sorts of other things in this dedicated, very healthy restaurant. Clearly not something we'd ever sign up for, but
wow. Okay.
That's not what I go cruising for.
No.
No. But it was actually really good. This was some of the best food we had in the ship.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic, fantastic dinner. And then we went up to the Sunset Bar for a quick drink as we were pulling out of Ketchikan. This is up on deck at the back of the ship. And it was just too cold. We couldn't do it. It's too cold.
Nope. A couple of girls got a beer, and we just left.
Yes.
Because it was too cold.
It was way too cold.
The next day was Glacier/Juno Day on Monday. This was only the second time this season that the Edge was able to get up to the glacier.
Yes.
So
there's just been too much free ice floating around. And so there was still a bunch of ice around, but they were able to get fairly close up to the glacier, and it was absolutely incredible. Evidently, the prior week was the first week that they were able to do that. Yeah. Ironically, that was the cruise that my parents were on.
Yeah.
There on the Edge, because Mom decided that her quilting, her knitting group was quilting, whatever, her fabrics. Her friends are more important than her family. I see how it is. No, it's okay. They had a blast. They had a great time.
Let your parents have their fun. What is wrong with you?
I did.
Okay.
I'm still going to give her crap about it.
Why?
Because it's fun.
Okay. Whatever.
Anyhow, they were able to get up to the glacier, as were we. It was really, really cool. We did see some big chunks calve off and drop into the ocean and see all the waves from that, and did not decide to spend the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get on a little boat and get right up next to it. But we still had a grand old time.
The water is a beautiful kind of chalky turquoise green color up there. It's really, really neat.
Yep. So this was the Dawes Glacier.
Yep.
If in the Endicott Arm, if you are trying to follow along with home where we were, but it was really cool. We saw a bunch of seals basking out on some icebergs.
Yeah.
And it was we had a really fun time. We got some good pictures of us out on deck and just hung out and had a great morning. And then turned around and headed out of the Endicott Arm and off to Juneau for a 1 o'clock or 1:30 or so debarkation.
Yeah. I really thought we'd spend more time at the glacier.
Oh, I didn't think we'd be there.
That seemed really, really short. Or at least a couple of rotations of the ship. It was like one rotation, goodbye.
Yeah. It wasn't enough.
No.
But, oh, well.
We'll just have to do it again.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yep. So in Juneau, again, we got there, I think 1:30 was our time that we could get off. We decided to go do this excursion to go see sled dogs and some sled dog puppies.
Yep.
Because that just sounds like an epic amount of fun.
Yeah.
And I could have not done this and been just fine. I also think it was horrifically overpriced.
Yes.
Like, I'm questioning my sanity for signing up for this, overpriced. It was $281 a person.
Yeah.
And you got to go do a 7-minute sled dog ride and then meet the dogs. And the sled is obviously on wheels because it's the summer, which is fine. Like, great people, nice hosts. Then we got to walk across a 30-foot suspension bridge and look at some trees. And I'm not sure what I was supposed to get out of that one, but okay. And then we spent, I don't know, 25, maybe 30 minutes hanging out with some 9-week-old sled dog puppies, which was cool. We made new friends there, and that was it. Like,
it was very short. It was very expensive.
Yeah.
All of the Alaskan excursions are extremely expensive.
Yes.
Like double what you would think.
True. And I don't know, knowing how much this cost, that I would have paid half and still felt it was worth the money.
Yeah.
It just, there are other excursions where you can go do something else and then stop off and sleep and see the, sled dogs and have this kind of experience.
Yeah. Like do a duo type thing, like what Andrew and Mare did. They did a gold digging and sled dog thing. Yeah, this was just sled dog stuff, and it was very expensive for just that.
Right. And their excursions were cheaper than ours. So I feel ripped off by this one. I really do.
Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we learned.
Okay.
Because you're being very negative.
I'm sorry. I am negative on this one. I did not like this.
You're negative. Yeah, you didn't like the whole experience?
Not all I saw in the back of my head was how much this was costing and how little value we got out of it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was really cool to hold the puppies and hang out and chill with them for a little bit. That was great. I liked that. I'm not going to say I didn't like it. I did like it. It was great talking to a sled dog musher and hear a little bit about the Iditarod dog race and all the rest of that stuff. But I'm sorry, that was not nearly $300 of value to me.
Got it.
Maybe $80.
Okay.
But not $280. Sorry. Okay, go on.
So for the sled, it was a metal contraption with 6 seats in it on big, huge wheels. I don't know how many dogs were pulling it. I think 12, 16?
16 or 18. There's a bunch.
Okay. And the dogs ranged from 1 year to 8 years old or 11 years old. I can't remember how old the ones at the front were. And the two dogs at the head of our chain, I don't know what to call it, had both run in the Iditarod before.
Yes.
All of the dogs were extremely energetic. They were all very, very, very happy to be attached to the sled.
Yes.
And there's also one kind of off to the side, like, why aren't I over there right now? Like just barking up, just very like, I want to be over there.
Yes. He was on rest.
He was on rest. Yeah,
Yes.
he didn't want to be on rest.
No, he did not. I would say all of the dogs, like they are not huskies. They are mutts. They are a breed that is meant for high energy and to want to work and all the rest of that stuff. They breed for all of these traits.
Yeah.
And they just want to run. And
They just want to run.
which is interesting because one of the things that our host, the musher, was saying was that they have to train them to trot and not run all out because
It looks very weird.
they want to, like their natural instinct is to sprint.
Yeah.
But that is not how you do a like 800 or however many mile race it is, like the Iditarod. You have to be able to, do this for endurance. They're taking 8-hour stints at a time between rest periods. So you can't sprint for 8 hours.
Yeah. It was kind of funny just watching them do their trot because they all run the same exact way.
Yeah.
And it looks weird on a dog. I don't know how to say it other than that. We did get to go across this suspension bridge to a tree and go back. I don't know. It was okay.
Yep.
Over a creek. It was nice. It looked pretty. And then we had a little mini talk about the Iditarod, which was kind of cool. Just learning a little more about it. Visiting the puppies. We held a bunch of different ones. One of them really liked my jacket and undoing the Velcro on my jacket. One of them decided to chew on Nathan's beard. One of them really liked Caitlin's hair. And one liked Sterling's ears a lot. It was fun. It was nice visiting the puppies. Then we went back to Juneau, had lunch at the Alaskan Brewing House.
Yes, the public house.
The public house, yep.
Which is, I love Alaskan Amber. And this is like it's Alaskan Brewing Company. They have a bunch of different beers. I get Alaskan Amber. Occasionally, I used to drink it a lot. We can get it here locally. Now I'm on to other things that don't have quite as many carbs in them. But I digress. We had their food was so amazing at this restaurant.
I had the chowder, and it was very good.
I had the cheese toasty. That's right. I went to a pub and got a grilled cheese and a couple beers, and I was in heaven.
Sterling got the pretzel and really liked it.
Yes, Caitlin got the pretzels as well,
Yep.
and we were all very happy.
Yep. And we went back to the ship, and the kids wanted to walk. It was about a mile walk. We said, "Have at it," and we got on the shuttle and passed them. And yep, we were fine taking a shuttle.
Yes. Let's see.
I think we did Lumine that night.
No,
for dinner.
It was dinner dinner was at Alaskan Brewing. I don't think we did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Another sit down
That's
dinner
true.
or anything.
Yeah. All right. The next day was Skagway Day. This was on Tuesday, the 8th of July. This was interesting. The pier was really long.
Yes.
Into Skagway.
Yes.
There was actually a shuttle that took you from the ship to the end of the pier.
Right. That's it.
That's
and then
it.
you had to get on another shuttle if you wanted to go anywhere.
Yes.
Although we did not need to get on another shuttle because we were getting onto a different form of transportation that was right there. We got on a train.
We did. It went up to White Pass Summit and just a little bit past that, just into British Columbia and then back to Skagway. Is a 2 hour, about 2 hour, train ride. Very nice. Scenery's gorgeous. There's a lot of narration on the way, just pointing out different items of interest. And I really liked that both ways they pointed out the stuff, like on the way up to the summit and then on the way back, because, people on the other side can see it on the way back. Yeah.
Exactly. So we sat on opposite sides of the train in a row. So Caitlin and I were on the side of the train that had most of the views on the way up. And then the train doesn't reverse back down the track. They actually have built a loop, so it turns around and goes engine first back down the hill. And that's when Alicia and Sterling got all the views on the way down. So yeah, it was great to have all the narration pointing out. It was stunningly beautiful. Now it was still largely an overcast day.
Yeah.
And at least on the way up, you couldn't see the tops of most of the mountains, but you could still see most of the valleys and everything. And then I swear, the 5 minutes maybe that it took us to do that loop up at the top, everything had socked in.
Yeah.
And so like the first like quarter of every of the run back down the hill was all socked in, and the views of off in the distance were obscured. So
Yep. That's okay. It was a nice train ride.
Yep. Rachel and Heather were supposed to do a helicopter tour here in Skagway on this day, and it got canceled. So, yeah.
So after the train ride, we just got right back on the ship. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do want to note, I'm pretty sure it was Skagway. There were ravens everywhere.
Yes.
Not crows.
Not
ravens.
crows. Ravens.
And the difference is they caw differently. It's very low. And Sterling's like, what is that noise? I'm like, that is what a raven sounds like. He's like, there's ravens here? And I pointed around. I was like, look at that. And he's like, oh my gosh, because they are humongous.
Yeah.
They are very large. And they were everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there's bald eagles everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Although I feel like we were the people who weren't really looking for them, because we were like, yeah, we see those all the
them a
time.
bunch. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. But we did see some.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. I saw one, I forget which shuttle bus we were on, but I looked up at a street light, and there was this big ass bald eagle just like perched on top of the arm of the street light over the road. I mean, they're not small
No,
animals.
they're not. They're humongous.
Yeah.
7-foot wingspan, like
Yep.
2.5 feet tall. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It looked like a bear cub sitting on top of a telephone. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah. On the way back to the ship, over at the shuttle, they had somebody waiting for retreat guests, and so we kind of got to get the fast pass for that onto the shuttle, which was kind of
Super
nice.
helpful. Yes. Not standing in line, worth it.
Yes. We went to the Fine Cut Steakhouse that evening for dinner on the ship, and I got a rum runner to drink, and dang, it was strong. Whew. I had a filet to eat, and it was pretty good. Nathan,
I had a 30-day dry age New York, which was listed on their prime cuts from the Fine Cut Steakhouse.
you're not impressed.
I was not impressed. Didn't really have a lot of taste. It wasn't really seasoned at all. It is one of the few / only times I can think of that I have gone out to eat and had a steak and actually needed to like salt and pepper it to actually have any flavor whatsoever. It was just not good. I was not impressed.
Mine was pretty good. I gave you half of mine.
Yep. And I appreciate that.
Yep. And I think it was this evening. I could be wrong. We played at the casino for a little bit. You can use your CPass card to charge to, which I think is dangerous.
That's dangerous.
I don't think that should be allowed, but
Yeah. But hey, you had fun.
I did. Rachel tried to teach me craps. Yeah, I don't know.
I hung out and chatted with Mare and Heather. And,
Yep.
all of us were not interested in playing at all. But
No. Oh, I will say, we did start out with just a thing at the roulette table real quick, and Rachel's like, what's everybody's lucky number? And I'm like, I don't have a lucky number. Nathan's is 9.
Mm-hmm.
And she won $350 from a $5 bet on 9. So, yay.
you're welcome, Rachel.
The next day was a sea day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a lazy day. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Did yoga at 9 in the morning. Very first time I've ever done yoga. I don't know if I'll do that again. I like stretching a lot.
Yeah.
I don't need the meditation that goes along with yoga.
I don't think all of the instructors do that.
Yeah.
And talking with Rachel and Heather and Mare, they're all like, that was a lot and not necessarily typical. So,
Well, there's also a lot of the poses where you need to be on your knees, and I can't do that.
yeah. Pass.
Yeah, I'm sure there's modifications you can do. I just didn't do any of those. But
yeah.
yeah.
We spent most of the day hanging out in the retreat lounge and watching whales swim by. So big old humpbacks and watching their spouts and flippers and tails and all the rest of that stuff.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun. Our whole crew did a lot of napping.
I did not nap at all.
I don't know if I napped. I just zoned out.
Oh, yeah. I did a lot of zoning out. I was listening to a book and playing games on my tablet, mostly listening to books and
Yeah. Yep.
just chilling. Which is
chilling.
what I love doing on cruises.
We decided to have a late lunch. Alicia and I took a breeze through the buffet to go get pizza at 3:00 in the afternoon. So they were just finishing up their lunch service. And I have to call out Celebrity here. The number of uncleared tables at that point in the day, and there were plenty of staff around, but nobody was clearing tables. And this is a facility that is not set up for you to bus your own table. Like you are meant to leave your stuff there, and then folks come around and bus the tables onto carts. We couldn't find a table that didn't, and there weren't many tables that had people sitting at them. They were all dirty and still had plates piled on them. It was kind of not good.
Yeah.
So, feedback.
Yep.
One of the things as we were walking around, like there's a lot of places on deck or in various lounges and things like that where you can order drinks. Unlike Disney Cruise Line, like hardly any of them had bar menus out. So it was really like not clear on what you could order where. The Martini Bar always had menus out. I think that was the only one.
Yeah.
So just another observation / feedback.
Yep. We had dinner that night at Le Petit Chef, which is at Le Grand Bistro. And this is basically a projection show onto your table of a tiny chef preparing your dinner. It's kind of cool.
It was fun. It was a good story.
The food was really good. The story was cute. The pacing was horrible. It took so long. It is advertised as a 2-hour show that could easily have been 45 minutes to an hour.
Yes, agreed. It was bad. Like I could see it going to maybe get it to an hour and a half, maybe an hour 20.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere I looked, people were done with their meal and just twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a huge restaurant in the first place.
Yeah.
And I felt sorry because there are younger kids there too. And I'm like, this has to be so freaking boring for them because it was boring for us.
Yeah.
Just waiting for 15 minutes with nothing to do for the next course.
I think between the first and the second course, it was at least 20.
Yeah.
If not 25. Like it was.
The pacing was bad.
Yep.
The first course was a potato leek soup, and it was stupendous.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And I want more of that.
100%. The entree was beef Wellington. That was really, really good.
Yes,
actually.
but it had the French name as like beef en criotte or something like that. I don't know.
Sure, I can't say it as fancy as you just did. No, I'm not going to try.
It was good. And the dessert was raspberry coulis or something. Pretty good. Yeah.
The next day was our last full day on the ship. It was half sea day, and then we have to make a technical stop in Canada to appease the U.S. government. So that's what we did. So it was largely a sea day. We had breakfast at Lumine, again, with pretty much everybody, I think it was. Alicia, you have a comment on the waffle.
So I got something called a potato waffle. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. Because I've had potato pancakes before, which are delicious. I was like, oh, it must just be like a waffle kind of it. It had like cheese on it and an egg on it. I was like, oh, that sounds good. It was literally just a regular waffle mix waffle that had cheese and an egg on it. And it was weird.
Did it have potato like powder in it or something maybe?
I didn't get any potato taste out of it. The waffle tasted like a sweet waffle mix. Mare got it too. I think it was Mare. Yeah. Mare got it too, and we're both like, it's just like a regular waffle flavor. It was okay. Not quite what I was thinking, but it was still good.
Interesting. I had another massage.
You
'cause
did, yes.
Reasons. You did earlier on that first day. I think you had a facial, right?
Yeah. I had a facial. Yeah.
So it's not just me pampering myself, everybody.
I
got
can't do
something Alicia-
massages.
yeah.
I can't do massages. They give me headaches.
It's because you're so toxic.
I am. Yep. It releases all the time. No, I hold on to the toxicity. I do not release it.
Right. It's because
So-
you're so toxic.
Okay. Facial was amazing.
Yes.
So you did your massage and I did a bungee workout with Rachel, Heather, Mare, and Caitlin.
Yes.
They used to offer this all the time as a class. They do not anymore on the celebrity ships. However, you can do a private session of up to 5 people, which is what we did.
Got it.
This is hilarious and so much fun and really difficult. So you're in your little bungee thing. Kevin was our instructor showing us what to do. And it you have to have a lot of arm strength and core strength. And there's a bunch of stuff that I just could not do. But it was a lot of fun. And there's a lot of laughing.
That sounds fun. I do clearly, I could hear, I don't know how, but I could hear Rachel's laugh coming through the door at one point. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We were packing up that day, which always boo, but
Yeah.
you know, it is a must. They won't let you stay on the ship forever. You took Sterling to the pool.
Sterling wanted to go to the pool because he had not used his swim trunks yet. I'm like, okay, we can do that. I was like, the solarium is not open for kids yet because the solarium is an enclosed pool area for the adults only. And in Alaska, when they're on Alaska cruises, it is open to kids from 5 to 7. It was like 2 or something like that. He's like, I'll just go out on the deck. I'm like, okay. So thankfully it was nice and sunny. So sitting out in the sun was fine. I think Sterling was in the pool for maybe 25 minutes or so.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the water was a little warm is what he said. So
Okay.
enjoyed it. Came out and was very cold, and I just totally wrapped them up in towels. And they sat down on the deck because the deck was toasty.
Oh, because it had been heated by the sun.
Yep.
Got it.
So he just totally wrapped up and covered his head, and he was good for a while. Yep.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. Well, we all packed up, and then we got to Victoria about 5:30, and we had a plan. We had a mission.
Yep.
We got on the shuttle bus there from the cruise dock over to the inner harbor, which I will note for those folks who have perhaps been to Victoria before and are used to this shuttle bus costing $4 a head. It is now $15 a head.
Yeah.
That change happened sometime within the last 18 months from the last time we were there. Yikes.
Yeah.
Now that is, $15 Canadian, which I'm sure works out to be like $1.50 or something US. No, it's not quite that bad. I think it's $11. Still, it is much more expensive than it used to be. And they also moved the stop a couple blocks. It used to be right at the corner of the Fairmont Empress, across the street from the Science Museum and the Parliament Building. It is now basically a block and a half further up into kind of that downtown area. Helpfully, I'm sure, for all the businesses, right next to a whole bunch of souvenir shops.
Yep.
So tell me that wasn't planned.
Well, you said you had asked about it, and somebody said it was the city asked them to move, right? Or the government or somebody.
Yeah. They probably asked them to move to give more revenue for the shops. I don't know. I'm just making
Who
this
knows?
up.
Who knows?
They probably didn't want to have that traffic thing happening right there and having the buses potentially stack up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
whatever. Just it's moved. It's not that far away. It's still good. And we of course did follow suit, and several of us did some souvenir shopping. So you're welcome, Canada. You got us.
We did some souvenirs, then we went over to the Q Bar at the Fairmont Empress for some light snacks and some drinks.
Indeed.
And enjoyed some stuff there. Then we had a table for 10 people over at the Milestones Bar and Grill, which is right across from the Empress. We've been there before and quite enjoyed their food and beverages. They have a peach Bellini there that Caitlin and I absolutely love.
Yep. And even though she's 20, drinking age in BC is 19. So Caitlin can imbibe and did with us here in Victoria. So
Yes, indeed.
good times were had by all. And this was actually pretty impressive. So we had a couple friends that our crew had met on the ship, join us there at Milestone. So we had drinks, a bunch of appetizers for the table, entrees for 8 of us, plus a 20% auto gratuity. And the entire bill was $525 US.
Yep.
Like, that's not bad. That's not bad at all for 10 people.
Nope.
Yeah. Then we meandered our way back to the shuttle bus, back onto the ship.
We wanted to hang out at the Martini Bar for a little bit longer because that's where we've been spending a lot of our time on this cruise.
Yes.
We made some friends with the bartenders there, and they're just really nice and gave a good show.
Yep.
Yes.
Big shout out to Wayne and Gerard for taking care of our whole crew.
Yes.
They really made our sailing really special, and wish them all the best.
Yes.
And much appreciation from all 8 of us, really all 10 of us for taking care of everybody there. So they did such a great job. So we saw them a little bit. We were all really tired.
There was also a silent disco going on.
Oh, that's what it was. And we all kind of noped out of the silent disco.
Yes.
Off to bed, and then early to rise. We had to be up. I mean, we were still waking up, early anyway, but we needed to be out of our rooms by about 7:45 or so. We were up and out by 7:30. We all 8 of us met up for breakfast one last time at Lumine. And then we happened to run into somebody from the retreat on our elevator down. And so we thought that we weren't going to get to escort through to the gangway, and we did. So it all worked out.
Exactly. Although the captain was right outside the gangway and everybody wanted to take a selfie with him, and it was slowing it down so much.
Yeah, it was
So much.
not good.
No.
Yeah, so we got off the ship a little earlier than everybody else and made our way back to our car and off to home. The rest of the crew got an Uber from the port to our house here on the extreme east side of Seattle, and we hung out for the day and had a great dinner over at a fantastic Italian restaurant out here. And then, dropped them off at the airport late last night, and they took a red eye home because they're crazy.
One more thing that we actually said we were going to talk about was getting off the ship along with another ship. We had the Anthem of the Seas next to us.
Yes, a royal ship.
A Royal Caribbean ship. And both ships went out into that one big warehouse area, I guess. Yep. They were on one side, we were on the other. And it was just a crazy mass of people.
Yes.
And everything was very backed up. It was moving fairly quickly. There was just a quick cursory check of passports and everything. But I know, like, if it's a U.S. passport, it went through really quickly. But I think if it was an international passport, it took a little bit longer. But they did not have separate lines or anything like that. It was one big mass of people shuffling forward.
Yeah, it was not good.
There was no management to it at all.
No.
It was pure chaos.
It was a free-for-all.
Yeah.
I like the way Disney has their disembarkation areas laid out in the 2 terminals that they have in Port Canaveral and then the other in Fort Lauderdale, where there is a distinct place where here's all of the space for you to go find your bags. And they have them like in the numbered rows and everything because you got the luggage tags and all the rest of that stuff. And then you go get in a very separate delineated line to go through customs. This was all one mass of people trying to get bags and through customs. It was just all one mass of people moving.
Which is difficult.
It was no bueno.
No.
Anything you want to talk about the ship specifically?
We really enjoyed this cruise.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we did not do. Like, this was very much a relaxing cruise for us.
Yeah.
Not make sure we can see everything type cruise.
Right.
We did not hit main rotational dining, or not rotational. We did not hit main dining at all.
Nope.
There are 4 different main dining restaurants, and they're on deck 3 and deck 4. We didn't do any of them. There's a bunch of complimentary dining. Let's see. We hit the Eden Cafe. That was pretty good.
That's really good, actually.
They had a chicken pesto panini that is amazing.
They had a breakfast sandwich as well. That was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. You hit the Mast Grill on deck 12 for a burger, I think.
Yeah, that wasn't anything to write home about. That was cafeteria food.
Yeah, and then there's the buffet on deck 12 too. Specialty dining, we did 3 of the options. We did not hit Eden Restaurant. That was like a supreme upcharge. It's like $85 a person.
Yes.
I will say, note with their specialty dining, it's a lot more expensive than you expect it to be, I think.
Yeah,
anyway.
agreed.
Like it's the cost of just going out to a regular restaurant. There's no subsidized cost with those at all, I think.
No. And I think Disney does it right, where you're still getting a substantial subsidy on Palo or Remy or Eden. You don't get any sort of credit against these restaurants. It gets quite expensive if you're doing the specialty dining. Yeah, so we didn't do Le Grand Bistro, although that's where Le Petit Chef was when we did it. Eden Restaurant we did not hit. Fine Cut we did. Raw and 5 we did. Magic Carpet... I don't think the Magic Carpet. So the Magic Carpet is this big elevator platform that can move up and down the side of the ship. I didn't see it move the whole time.
No, it didn't go down at all. And I wonder if it doesn't do it in Alaska.
Maybe not.
I know sometimes they offer a dinner there, and I didn't see a dinner option available there at all. We also didn't do the rooftop garden grill. Just time for us to do more at another time.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. And then the Magic Carpet can be a restaurant of itself on some nights as well. Again, these outdoor places are going to be more apt to be used when it's nicer weather.
Yeah. And the Magic Carpet will also occasionally go down to deck 5 and be an extension of Raw on 5.
Very cool.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Bar wise, like I said, we mostly hung out at the Martini Bar. It's just comfortable seating.
Yep.
Nice open area. There's
live music
there. Yeah. Some good stuff. I never went up to the Magic Carpet Bar.
I don't think it was open. I know the girls walked through it and it was never open because it was it's too cold out there.
Yeah.
And it isn't really protected enough.
Yeah. We didn't go to any of the shows either, the evening shows. There wasn't anything that was really speaking to us on this one.
There was only one show that was really a show. It was a jukebox show. So it's a bunch of popular songs set to some loose interpretation of a plot, if there is one. Everything else was variety acts that I saw advertised. And it just, nothing was really compelling to us.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We had lots of other stuff that we wanted to go do.
Yep.
There was also the club, which is a venue that is very much like where they do a lot of the game shows and other things on a Disney ship. Again, there just wasn't anything that was...
There was a couple things that sounded interesting. We just
got stuck at the Martini Bar?
Got stuck at the Martini Bar or in the lounge and man, I don't want to get up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because they had archery. Like Sterling wanted to check out archery. They also had axe throwing. I want to know how they did that though, because they also said no real axes were used. So
yes. It's all foam stuff.
Yeah, it's all foam stuff. There's a lot to do on the ship. Different options. There's trivias and other stuff too. We were just resting and relaxing and very much enjoying the spaces we were in.
And enjoying our company as well.
Yes. And
our chosen family.
Yes.
Yes. Alicia, in closing, would you sail with Celebrity again?
I would, but not in Alaska.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing Alaska again. I would like to go later in the season where it's maybe a little less rainy.
Yeah.
A little warmer if possible.
Yeah.
I just want sun. It doesn't have to be warm, but I'd love to be able to be out on the deck and enjoying the spaces out there. And I cannot do that if it's rainy and cold.
Yep. And the salmon will be running a little stronger than they were just starting to run. So that'll bring the bears out more starting late in July. We were early July.
Yep.
So we'll get there.
I'd love to do Celebrity again, at least a week long, because I want to be able to see more of the ship and enjoy it. I really enjoyed the retreat class and think if we do this again, it would be in the retreat class.
Yeah.
I liked the lounge a lot. I would have loved to have enjoyed the sun deck a lot more up there. Yeah. Oh, and they gave us blankets to use if we were outside too, and they were very nice.
It was very awesome. Now, we did have the option to book effectively a placeholder or a future cruise, just like you do on Disney, for a slight discount. We opted not to do that. That is not a result of us not wanting to sail with Celebrity again. That is a direct function of us choosing not to have another itinerary tied to our specific travel agent.
Also, you only have 6 months to do the placeholder. So.
Well, you can use it for longer, but you lose some of the onboard credit that you get by using that. So, and if you're going to do retreat, then there's really no discount on the deposit or anything. So there was no really compelling reason to
book online. Yeah.
On there. And then, it's a Royal Caribbean company, and they are always doing deals and things like that. So lots of reasons we decided not to book a placeholder or another cruise yet. We will be back with Celebrity.
We enjoyed it.
Very much looking forward to it. Well, with all that said, please remember we are not affiliated with Royal Caribbean or Celebrity Cruises or any of their subsidiaries. These are personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent, a good travel agent, or contacting Royal or Celebrity directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you want recommendations for for travel agents, we do have a couple that we've worked with before and really enjoy.
Yes, we are not sponsored. None of this is leading to any sort of discounts or anything like that, but we have opinions. We don't typically share them in a public venue just because we don't want to favor anyone over anybody else. But lots of good people, just reach out. We'll help.
Yeah. Sometimes we use travel agents, sometimes we don't.
Indeed.
Yeah, just really depends. But if you have any questions or suggestions or would like to be interviewed on our show to share your own experiences, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
You can also follow us over on social media. We're at Our Mousecapades just about everywhere you can find us. That's Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube. And of course, if you're looking for help or need to get connected with a good travel agent, just give us a yell either on email or on socials. We'll hook you up.
Please give us a rating and review in your podcast app. It really helps people find us.
And of course, don't hesitate to share us with your friends and fellow cruise lovers of all ages.
Thank you for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.